Some call it a habit, others call it a sin. Science calls it biology, but society, it calls it a secret. Few topics stir as much shame, curiosity, and controversy as this one. Masturbation, something nearly everyone does, but almost no one talks about. Is it natural? Is it harmful? Or is it simply misunderstood? Let's strip away the myths, break the silence, and take a deep dive into the science, psychology, and history of one of humanity's oldest instincts. The science behind the urge. Your brain is wired for pleasure. Dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, the chemicals that shape your desires, your emotions, your cravings. Every time you touch, your brain rewards you. It's nature's design built into your DNA, an echo of evolution. But why? Why does your body seek pleasure in solitude? Because at its core, masturbation isn't about lust. It's about self-regulation, stress relief, a built-in mechanism for emotional balance. From adolescence to adulthood, the act remains the same. The purpose, that depends on the mind behind it. The taboo of self-pleasure. For something so natural, why is it buried in guilt? Religions call it a vice. Society calls it shameful. For centuries, myths have surrounded it, claims that it weakens the body, dulls the mind, drains the spirit. Victorian doctors warned that it led to blindness, hysteria, even insanity. In the 19th century, cures ranged from extreme diets to crude devices designed to prevent self-touch. Fear shaped the narrative. But fear doesn't change biology, it only creates repression. Even today, many cultures still stigmatize the act, labeling it a weakness rather than a function of human nature. But the question remains, does it actually cause harm? Historical and cultural perspectives. Different cultures, different rules. In ancient Greece, masturbation was considered a normal part of life, an outlet for desires that couldn't be fulfilled otherwise. Meanwhile, in ancient Rome, some viewed it as a lack of discipline, a loss of control, and control to them was everything. In Eastern philosophies, it was believed that sexual energy was tied to life force. Some traditions promoted restraint, arguing that too much release would drain a man's strength and focus. And then came organized religion, turning self-pleasure into sin, a test of faith, a mark of impurity. What was once a biological function became a moral battleground. The dark side, when habit becomes compulsion. Too much of anything can become a prison. The line between relief and addiction is thin. For some, it becomes an escape, a way to numb pain, loneliness, anxiety, a cycle of temporary pleasure that leads to long-term dissatisfaction. Pornography fuels it. Instant gratification rewires the brain, dulling natural pleasure, increasing dependency. Science shows that compulsive masturbation can lead to desensitization, lower motivation, even changes in the brain's reward system. When pleasure becomes a crutch, when habit turns into need, that's when control slips away. The mind seeks balance, the body craves moderation. The psychology of pleasure and guilt. Why do we feel guilty about pleasure? Society teaches us that indulgence is wrong, that discipline means denial, that to resist temptation is to be strong. But biology doesn't care about morality. The body seeks what it was designed to seek. The real battle isn't between good and evil, it's between control and compulsion. Understanding this is key, because guilt doesn't change behavior, awareness does. The BNEFITS, truth behind the ACT. But let's be clear, not all self-pleasure is self-destruction. Science speaks, regular, moderate masturbation has proven benefits. Heavy checkmark stress relief, lowers cortisol, eases anxiety, heavy checkmark better sleep. Releases hormones that promote relaxation, heavy checkmark sexual health. Improves endurance, enhances function, heavy checkmark self-awareness, deepens understanding of one's body. It's not about indulgence, it's about control. It's not about shame, it's about self-acceptance.